A fragile ceasefire is under fresh strain in Lebanon. Israel has issued evacuation orders for 29 villages in the south and launched strikes in Beirut's southern suburbs, in which Lebanon Civil Defense says 3 people have been killed in those strikes after accusing Hezbollah of firing projectiles into northern Israel. Now, the latest escalation comes at a very sensitive moment, with regional powers pushing for a broader diplomatic settlement. Now, Donald Trump has reacted and condemned these attacks. He says, and I quote them here, "Attack on Beirut should not have happened, particularly on a special day when we are so close to a peace deal with Iran." He has also added that, and I quote him here, "We are very close to a deal that will bring peace to the region, including to Lebanon, and all sides should stand down." However, the Iran Fars news agency had earlier reported that nothing has been finalized yet and no agreement will be signed at the time of Trump's announcement. And for more details on this, have a look at our next report.
The latest flare-up between Israel and Hezbollah began early on Sunday, when Israel said that Hezbollah launched 3 projectiles towards communities in northern Israel. The Israeli military called the attack a blatant violation of the ceasefire agreement and quickly vowed a response. Within hours, the Israel Defense Forces issued evacuation orders for residents in southern Lebanon, warning people in dozens of towns to move north of the Zahrani River immediately. The warnings initially covered 13 villages before expanding to another 16 locations, taking the total number to residents of 29 villages. Most of the towns are located in Lebanon's Nabatea district, with others in the Sidon region. The Israeli military said that it had already hit more than 70 Hezbollah-linked sites over the weekend, including rocket launchers, weapons infrastructure and operational buildings. Lebanese media reported fresh strikes in areas such as Rehan and Sajad, while Lebanon's army said one of its soldiers was seriously wounded in a drone attack earlier near Nabatea. The escalation then reached Beirut. Israel said it carried out precision strikes in Dahiyeh, Hezbollah's stronghold in the southern suburbs of the Lebanese capital. Explosions were reported in the Khobeiri neighborhood, with Israeli officials saying the strikes targeted Hezbollah infrastructure. Speaker of Iran's parliament Ghalibaf blasted US, stating that the game of bad cop and good cop is outdated. Hezbollah has now commented directly on the Israeli claims, but said that it launched missiles and drones towards Israeli troops operating in southern Lebanon. The renewed exchange of fire threatens to complicate wider diplomatic efforts aimed at calming tensions across the region. With negotiations involving Iran and the United States still underway, the situation in Lebanon is once again emerging as a critical flashpoint in an already volatile Middle East.
Amid the raging Russia-Ukraine war, British forces have intercepted a sanctioned oil tanker belonging to Russia's Shadow Fleet in the English Channel. Now, according to the British Defence Ministry, the operation that lasted over 6 hours early morning today was supported by aircrafts including Chinook helicopters and Navy vessels such as the frigate HMS Sutherland.
What we've done is intercept one of those Shadow Fleet vessels and detained that in order to disrupt the funding source of that unlawful war. It's one of the instructions that the Prime Minister gave quite early on, was that he wanted us to be on the front foot, taking that sort of decisive action in order to keep the country safe and to deal with the threat posed by Russia.
Visuals of the operation show the Russian vessel Smritos that was boarded by Royal Marine Commandos and specially trained law enforcement officers, while British Defence Ministry has now briefed that the vessel will be moved to the south coast and monitored as investigations continue. The operation was carried out in close coordination with France. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said that he had directed the interception. He further added that enforcement action happened in Britain's territorial waters and was carried out in accordance with domestic and international law. He hailed the operation as yet another blow to Russia. Since the war in 2022, UK has sanctioned hundreds of vessels suspected of being part of Russian shadow fleet. Many of these ships that are usually aging tankers with dubious ownerships are banned from accessing UK ports and services. Kiev has since hailed UK's interception of the ship. But just as the operation unfolded, a Ukrainian drone attack hit an industrial fuel storage facility in Russia's Yaroslavl region, sparking a fire. No casualties were reported, and Russian special services were working at the scene to extinguish the blaze. Meanwhile, a Ukrainian drone strike hit a residential apartment block in Russia's city of Oryol, south of Moscow, killing one person and injuring 9 others. Visuals on your screen show shattered and blackened windows of the high-rise building that was targeted.